Hey family, on November 20th through December 1st, 2022, we will have the all-inclusive Kenya trip. Now, a lot of times people have said, hey, Phil, when's the next trip we'd like to go? I want to see Africa for myself, but this is the time to go. Everything will be taken care of. All excursions are paid. You can do monthly payments. You know, they'll have safari and a 6-city tour. You will see Charlie Island, which is something that we did not see last time on the tour. This tour will be 12 days instead of 7 days. So make sure to secure your place on the trip by going to www.wbsvs.com, make your deposit, and then you can start making your payments, and we'll see you in Kenya. So there was a news report on Fox News, and ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, the people on the right have been trolling black people. Now, trolling black people by calling Elon Musk an African American and saying that he's one of the richest African Americans in the world. And I want you to watch this short clip.
Limousine liberal. Look at Elizabeth Warren, who's in the news this week for attacking our country's richest African American entrepreneur, a successful businessman who's on track to pay $12 billion in taxes this year. Yeah. I'm talking about Elon Musk, of course. And Elon has done more this week for America than Elizabeth Warren will do in her lifetime. And she has the nerve to criticize him? So I'm just sick and tired of this. And if you're sick and tired of it, if you're watching at home, you're sick and tired of the corruption in D.C., help send me into the U.S. Senate.
Now, of course, some black people fell for the trolling. What I see on Twitter, they was all upset saying that's our term and X, all that. Now, in America, a lot of black people say, I prefer to be called black and not African American, because people like Elon Musk or Charlize Theron, she was born in South Africa. She can walk around saying that she's an African American as well. Now, for me, of course, I'm always going to reject that because they're Europeans. They're not Africans. You got to look like me to be considered an African. You don't have Africa in your DNA at all. It's not there. You was a colonizer, sure. You was an enslaver, sure. We know that, but you're not an African. That'd be like me being born in Beijing, China, and then I'm walking around talking about I'm a Chinese. What they Chinese? Chinese. Like, I got a Chinese passport. Okay, you got citizenship in China. You're still not a Chinese, right? And I would expect to be called a Chinese person at all. They will say I'm black, African, something else, but definitely not Chinese. So for Elon Musk to be called an African American, not to say he walks around saying that he is, but for me, his people from, the Netherlands, right? And I remember when I was in South Africa, they had a driver, and I asked him, I'm like, well, why is it that a lot of white people here don't want to be in their homeland? I asked that question. And the guy said, no, I don't want to be over there. He said, sure, I like it here. He said, I never want to leave this country. I bet you don't. Because you got better sun, better food, better everything than going over there to your homeland. Understand? But when I'm in a continent and they say African American, that doesn't bother me because I know what they're saying. I don't have to take no issue with that because I am African in my DNA, okay? So that doesn't bother me. But in America, I definitely like black a lot more because nobody could come in and say they're black. Charlize Theron, Elon Musk could never say they're black, period. Now, in South Africa, I've always said that you should never call them no Africans. They're not. And I'm like, yeah, you were born here, but you're not an African. Always remember that. Now I know some brothers and sisters in South Africa feel that way, and then some of them don't feel that way. Because some of them say, yeah, that's Elon Musk in South Africa, and he left South Africa and never looked back. Now, Elon Musk's history is that his father owned an emerald mine over there. They say he had so much money that they didn't even know where to put it. That's how much money he was getting off of the emerald mine in South Africa. He was born in Pretoria out there in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? So just being colonizers. I mean, those emeralds belong to the black people, don't belong to his people. So Elon Musk and what he has today come from a long line of colonizers taking things from the African continent. And then because you know how they treat each other, any little thing that he want to do, hey, throw money at him. Oh yeah, you want to do that? Here's billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't let the white supremacists get underneath your skin. You know, don't do that. Don't allow them to do that. Just when they say that message, say he ain't no African. And go back and forth with them on this. I don't care where he was born. He ain't no African, period. They say unless you look like us, that makes you an African. Unless you got Africa in your DNA, that makes you an African, period. Ain't no European is an African. But y'all let me know in the comments y'all think about, you know, these people here trying to troll, you know, black people. You know, they love to do that because they love to get underneath your skin. They love that. They get a kick out of getting an emotional response out of black people. Don't give it to them. Y'all got to learn that's a tactic to keep you in line, right? Because if they know they can't get emotional responses out of you, they're going to get concerned. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.